Hello, dear ones. I'm Kelly Blazer, and I'm about to take a group on a retreat to the territory that I refer to as Bell Valley, even though it is actually called Whispertree now. It used to be called Bell Valley Retreat. It's outside of Boonville, which is a magical area in Mendocino County, so a little north of San Francisco. And I am inviting you to come. And I wanted to just basically address some of the things that hold people back from making a commitment like this, because I know there are people have written saying they're on the fence. I just got on the phone with someone who was a bit on the fence. And of course, people have myriad reasons for being on the fence about this sort of thing, all of which are reasonable if you investigate. But there are some sort of standards that I want to address, like top 10 hits of why we avoid uh, spiritual practice in general, and certainly kind of retreat type experiences. Not necessarily top 10, but maybe this is like these are a couple of the top players here. And crazily, it it's like the exactly what the retreat environment offers us is what feels the most intimidating sometimes. And what I mean by that is, spiritual work is really about coming home to ourselves and finding a way of feeling as if we belong in the world exactly as we are, and can kind of take care of any of the parts of ourselves that have not felt like we've understood our place or haven't been able to process our life experience or what have you. So, retreat is absolutely an invitation to touch that place, and spiritual practice is absolutely an invitation to touch that place. But I think oddly, it can feel like it's a bit intimidating to have that on offer. And also certain spiritual communities, uh, and give people the benefit of the doubt, like certain spiritual communities unconsciously are a little bit of a setup to experience the opposite. Like people, you might have gone to some retreats or been involved with spiritual practices or with communities where everybody has the same belief systems, everybody knows the same mantras, everybody kind of is doing the same thing. And that can automatically give you a feeling of like, I don't belong here, I don't know what's up. So I just want to let you know that one of the things that I feel like is really important to me about the community that I facilitate, the Dharma Bridge community and the kind of larger group of people that tends to come on retreat with me, is that we really make space for a real variance in how people hold the world, the experience of being a human, and spiritual life. So there's really room for everybody. People kind of gather around um, a certain attitude of like lets us together open to what is in an environment of compassion for whatever arises, trusting that we're in this like refuge that's created by our own intention, and whatever shows up in the space couldn't have been otherwise. So we sort of gather around this intention to infuse the space with compassion and to be with whatever comes up. So that goes a long way in making sure that people get to feel like, they belong to the community, whether people have the same beliefs or not. And that's a pretty radically important thing right now, to be honest. It's like, it's pretty tough for humans to bridge any gaps in our belief systems, and hence, endless strife and conflict. So that's a big one. And then the other thing that comes up sometimes for people who are doing spiritual work that is, not monastic, not inside an ashram, or not inside a super strict lineage. There can also be like a little bit too much loosey-goosiness, like where is all of this coming from? And so the other thing that I really endeavor to do as a facilitator is like stay grounded in the practices and the teachings that have been held, um, that have a real history of of being effective, and thinking about and talking about like where do these teachings come from, and what's the context of these teachings, and what are we doing here in our approach. Um, so it's not like really loosey-goosey and new agey and ungrounded, which doesn't appeal to me as a human. So those are some of the things that I wanted to say. Come and, we're going to practice yoga for those that want to. We'll do meditation, we'll do some writing, we'll work through the what I refer to often as the transformations of the wisdom light, and look at these kind of particular patterns of ways that our true nature tend to get encumbered by personality structure and kind of typical encumbrances. So very influenced by the Buddha Dharma from the Vajrayana in particular, but also somatic psychology. I'm a somatic psychotherapist. So these things kind of lay on top of each other actually pretty beautifully. Yeah, so it should be amazing and playful and good. There's a 4-night option or a 2-night option. I'll put the details on this page. Starting on September 10th or on Wednesday, September 10th, if you want to do the 4-night option. I hope you come. And there's an early bird discount that is ending this weekend. So now's the time. All right. Much love, and may all beings benefit from this work and from practice in general.